What's poppin', people? It's Dante going for a little walk here in Fairmount Park, and I wanted to discuss why you should shoot digital photography. So I believe that digital photography in the current year of 2024, it just makes sense, right? You adapt with the modern times, you use the modern tools, and I actually believe that I found the fastest workflow possible when it comes to making photographs in the current year. That being using a compact digital camera such as the Ricoh GR3 or the Ricoh GR3X, using the small JPEG file with the contrast, grain, sharpness, clarity, shadows, highlights, whatever these settings are in the JPEG file, crank to the maximum so you increase the contrast to the max, which is going to crush the shadow area and focus on the highlights. Now, with this workflow, I use and pair it with an iPad Pro. The iPad Pro being this incredible tablet that allows you to review your photographs with lightning speed, simply using the built-in iOS's software Photos app. I guess it's just called Photos, right? You have it on your iPhone, it's on the iPad, the iMac, etc. And so by using a small USB-C dongle to SD reader, I plug it in, import the photos to a folder, make the date, make the selections by simply favoriting, looking at this grid system similar to that of a contact sheet. And by importing my photos each day, reviewing them, then backing them up, uploading them to my blog, posting them on Google Photos so that they're backed up on my phone and all of my devices, I'm achieving this blissful productive state, right? Where I'm in the flow state of making new photographs consistently throughout the day and beyond. And through this workflow, I found the most optimal solution in terms of practicing street photography specifically. So when it comes to the bias towards digital photography over film photography, it has to do with implementing new ways to innovate. You know, the speed at which you can photograph and review the images, right? These things are going to enhance your workflow. They're going to enhance your photography. They're going to allow you to improve incrementally over time. And I believe this is the goal. We should seek improvement. And the unfortunate truth with film photography is it's too expensive, it's too slow, and honestly, by the time you raise the camera to your eye, by the time you load the film, set the camera settings, set your shutter speed, set your aperture, set the set the focus, raise the camera to your eye with the viewfinder and press the shutter to then have it developed, go to the darkroom, make a print, make a digital scan, right? Whatever the workflow is, it's subpar in this modern world where at that point I've already made a month's worth of work, right? By the time you make a photograph and receive the result, I've already surpassed with the production of a month's worth of photographs, right? Where with film photography, it's like you're still stuck in 2024, but I'm actually already in 2025, like I've got an archive that just keeps on building. And I think the ultimate goal is to be in this production of more photographs, right? And the more photographs you make, the more success you're going to have with photography. And the unfortunate truth is film photography is going to slow down that progress, where you're not going to burn through rolls of film like when it was a lot cheaper. I think when I started, it was only $4 or $5 a roll of film. You could go into the grocery store or the Rite Aid and purchase a roll of film about a decade ago, I remember, and it was pretty affordable. But these days, it seems like an unwise decision when it comes to cost and when it comes to optimizing the workflow. And so because of this, I highly suggest, if you want to become the greatest photographer, the greatest version of yourself when it comes to this thing, just pick up a digital camera. I think the best cameras for digital photography are the Ricoh GR3, the Ricoh GR3X, or a Fujifilm X100 series camera. They, I think, released the X100 VI. I preferred the X Pro 3 and the X Pro 2 because they had better grip. I think the X Pro or the X100 was just like, it was compact, but it was almost like two in between the size of a Ricoh and a standard rangefinder style camera. But the point is, Fujifilm and Ricoh make the best cameras for digital street photography. And yeah, just pick one up. I suggest the Ricoh because you can just throw it in your pocket. You really don't need a viewfinder. I prefer using the LCD screen. I think it actually offers more flexibility and creativity, and that's why I've switched back to the Ricoh since adopting this new process. And yeah, I mean, honestly, it's all about speed, longevity, having more fun, you know, and improvement ultimately. But look, the decision's in your court. Choose which way you want to go. I'm seeking to go beyond. I'm seeking to become extraordinary and to become the greatest photographer that I can possibly be. I unfortunately believe that if you adopt a practice of shooting film photography, you're only going to inhibit yourself and not see the same growth as somebody who will be shooting digital. So yeah, person A shoots 1 roll of film per day. Person B shoots 1,000 digital photos per day. Which photographer is going to be better? I think the answer is quite obvious, especially when you can make beautiful selfies. You know, when I can make 1,000 selfies a day, I mean, come on, there's really no questions to ask here. We already know which person is going to be superior. Kind of just trolling, but also serious. So think about it, man. Think about it.